Okay, I'm now going to show you how to fit vertical blinds. Firstly, unpack your headrail and just make sure that it actually fits in the recess. Next, you need to mark your holes where you're going to drill. Now, your louvers or slats are 89mm. Obviously they hang in the middle of the headrail, so you'll have basically 45mm either side of the headrail, which means 45mm tilting that way. Your handle probably sticks out 40 to 45mm. If you just measure that, and my handle sticks out 40mm, so I need to allow 85mm to the centre of the headrail so that the slats will actually turn. So 85mm from the window frame, put one mark, 85mm from the window frame, mark it again. Now you need a bracket basically every metre, so in this case we just need one at each side, about 6 inches in from either side. This is for top fixed brackets. You can cheat, and some people regularly do, by using face fixed brackets. Now face fixed brackets are designed primarily to fit on the outsides or in a conservatory, but some people and some indiscriminate fitters who want to do the job quick will put them on the window frame. So the window frame is a lot easier to drill into than into the lintel, so a lot of people will drill into the frame and fix them to the frame. Don't come as standard, so if you do want to use face fixed brackets, you need to ask for them, otherwise you'll just get top fixed brackets. Now a lot of people already know what they've got above the windows. Our case, this is steel, so we use a high-speed steel drill bit, which is 3.5mm wide, and then we use a number 8 self-tapping screw. That's 8 by 3/4, so it's 3/4 of an inch long, which should be fine in these holes. Actually, I don't think it is. We need 1 inch. So we need 1 inch in our holes in this case, which is fine. If you've got concrete lintels, obviously you'll need a much heavy duty drill. We tend to use SDS drill, which is very heavy duty drill and will drill into concrete just like butter. Again, if you want to cheat instead of drilling into the concrete, face fixed brackets. But if you've got the right drill, you won't have a problem at all. I'm just going to drill these, this one. Then fix your brackets up. Top fixed brackets, which you should have with your blinds. Fix them straight up into the holes that you've already drilled. The long bit, that we call the spade, goes to the back, and that is a quick release for your headrail if ever you want to get the headrail down. Now your headrail just clips straight into place, but if you have a look at the trucks are off centre. The side that they're closest to is the front, and you probably requested that you control it on the right anyway, so you shouldn't get it the wrong way around. Now hook it into the front of the brackets first, and then push it up, clip it into the back, just like that. Now, all vertical blinds, well, all blinds these days come with a child safety device. This obviously needs screwed into the wall, so it just pulls the control cord taut. Now, what I tend to do is disconnect the chain and take that out of the child safety device first, so that you can pull the child safety device taut with just a cord in it, because we always leave the chain slightly long so that it can be snipped off to the correct length, because it's pretty much impossible to get these the same length when we send them out. So pull the cord taut, hold against the wall, and get your small drill bit again, just to score the wall where you need to drill in. Obviously make sure it's not twisted. Which this is. And you'll need two plugs, two red plugs in those holes. The child safety device in your pack, in the end of the with the brackets and so forth, it's 2 long screws. Now these are for the child safety device. So put them in, squeeze the spring loaded bit shut, screws in the holes, line them up. And since the new child safety regulations came out, it's required that these are fitted to all blinds. So you won't get vertical blinds these days with the old weights on the ends. They have to be secure against the wall. And in a lot of cases it doesn't matter if you've got kids or not, it still has to be done. And it is best to do it. Just in case you move, somebody else moves into your house, they've got kids, if they hurt themselves on the blind and you fitted it incorrectly, then you're liable for hurting a child. I told you to leave the chain, to undo the chain. Now we can connect that, and you'll see it's left slightly longer. So we can cut that off. Wherever the end of one chain comes to, just hold it there. Cut it with a pair of scissors. Don't cut it too short. Right, put your connector back on. They're perfectly fitted. Now if you get your connector in the wrong place and it gets caught up in here, in the child safety mechanism, don't worry, because you can actually crank the blind to move it. For example, if I crank the blind this way, it stops. So if I support it, I can crank it. So now you see it's going to keep getting caught on a child safety device. So if your blind is like that, just crank it the other way so the connector's out of the way, and that's pretty much perfect. Before you put your slats up, draw the blind, draw the runners along and tilt the hooks to 45 degrees. That just makes it easier to put the slats on. A lot of cases that we find with people putting their own blinds up, they'll have the hooks in the closed position, and they'll put the slats on, and they'll overlap the wrong way. If they overlap the wrong way, they can't physically turn because the hooks trying to turn against each other. That's the common problem. Customer rings up, says that their blind isn't working, and it's just because they put the slats on overlapping the wrong way. Okay, like I said, to angle the hooks 45 degrees into the room, start one end and start hanging your slats. Just hook them straight on. Now normally we always do 1 or 2 spares just in case you get a damaged one or one with marks on. It's always good to have a couple of spares, and we always do it. Just cut the chain off at the last slat, and there's your 2 spares. Just roll them up, put them away somewhere safe, or chuck them in the bin, it's up to you. It's always best to keep them though. And if you've got any animals and they damage it, or kids' dirty fingers, you can just replace them. As quick as that. Right, now just tilt the blinds just to make sure they work. So they go all the way around to the right, all the way around to the left.